Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Jayfeather Micro 166 FBS travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, leave plenty of room for your awning to come in and out. And on your off campsite, of course, your little slide, leave room for that to come in and out. Then leave yourself a nice walking path too, because I want you to also think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power and water for the campsites and your power are at the very rear of your driver's side of your tow vehicle or off camp side of your trailer. Once you arrive, first thing you do after unhooking your hitch is level your unit. Unit comes with a power tongue jack. Night docking light should you arrive at night. Simply lift or lower the unit until it's level. Do recommend getting a little stick-on level when your slides in. Find the center of your unit, put that stick-on level, have someone watch that while you get it level. For some reason, if you lose power, under this rubber stopper right here is a manual override for this hand crank, so you can get this up and down if you lose power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts when you arrive. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose going down the road. Once we got our unit level, next thing we do is stabilize it. All four corners of your unit, you have these stabilizing jacks, 3/4 inch hand crank. Put that on there, nice and snug, and start cranking them down. Now as I do, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop in summer. Better distribute the weight. Use your 10% off coupon. Grab a 4-pack of those. You can use an impact driver or drill gun and run these down. I just recommend when you get to the bottom you slow down, because all you want to do is bring these down until they are taut. Once you have any type of resistance on this hand crank, stop. Because remember, they're stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. Our unit's already level. We're just going to stabilize it. Get all 4 of those down nice and taut. Got our unit level and stable. We can hook up our power and water. Power cord plugs in the rear here. 30 amp cord, big long 30 amp cord. The way these go now, get this black washer off here. So they go in. Once they're in, twist it to the right to lock it, and then go ahead and put on your black washer. At the end of this 30 amp, if you need to plug in at home or any other 110, there's a 30 to 110 adapter. Comes with your convenience pack. Get your power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. At campsites, we are going to hook up the city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in the unit. Always use this when putting fluid in here. Hook that up, hook up your hose, but don't turn our hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Same side toward the front is your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point, folks, make sure our drain plug's back on. Get that on there nice and snug. You can throw some plumber's tape around that if you want. Here's the water line. Get that on there tight. Once that's on there, go ahead and turn on your hose. Now if your hose has been on for a little while, you can go inside and deploy this little slider. Unit's level and stable. Once you get inside and open up all your water taps. Once you got a steady flow of water going through those and no more air, then you can go ahead and turn on your hot water heater from inside after you shut off your water taps. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to go to a campsite. We're going to go dry camping, boondocking, whatever you want to call it. In that case, we're going to fill up our fresh water or potable water tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose. 2 ways to tell when that's full. 1, there's an overflow valve right here. 2, on the inside where you check your black and gray and tanks and your battery. There's also a button for your fresh tank. Once that's full, remove your hose, put your cap back on, and then when you want to utilize that water, you're going to want to turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water. That is already pressurized. Alright, that about covers everything set up to camp, power and water. I'm going to go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit before going inside. Starting here on your campsite at the front door, you have a light for underneath here. There's a storage for your sewage hose, your rear stabilizing jacks, a couple outdoor speakers. It's a vent for your microwave. 110 cable out here if you want to set a TV out here on a table. Again, your fresh water. This is your new J-port area for a grill. I've hooked it up. A couple things, when you set this up here, make sure you set the hose up on this end so that your quick connect can reach right here, and this will connect to your grill. Outdoor fridge and your front storage. I've got your front storage open with your hitch work in it. I'm going to put this grill away, show you how this comes apart. Simply lift up on this for this part to go in. And then this part will just slide in here. Inside here, you got some lighting. 110. Tire pressure check. Up front, your propane does come on your regulator. Lefty loosey to open. Also comes with a cover. Now, these are not steps, they're just a safety rail, remember that. The other side of your pass-through storage, your hot water heater again. Underneath your hot water heater is going to be your low point drain. The white one's where we'll dump if we're dry camping, and the other two if at a campsite. Quick little note on your slides. You want to keep these pliable to add to the life of these. Add to the longevity of these. They actually have a spray that you can keep on these. Spray right on there and it keeps them nice and pliable. Our black tank flush we'll talk about when leaving the campsite. Again, your city water, hot and cold outdoor shower, black and gray tanks to dump, your power, and here's where you plug your cable in. Here's your spare tire, a ladder, get up on your roof, check your seams, caulk as needed. You're also prepped for a Furion backup camera. This device here will have a device that attaches to it and electronically communicates with a device you set on the dash of your tow vehicle, giving you a backup camera for the unit. Access to the back of your fridge. Flue for your furnace. 2 things, make sure nothing's ever blocking it. And 2, if you are running your furnace, make sure you steer clear of it. It does get hot. Lastly, out here, your awning. Hypothetically, your picnic table's down there, it starts raining. You do have this pitch adjust. Simply pull down on that, and that'll run all the rainwater this way. About covers everything out here. Let's take a look inside. Coming up in your unit, first thing I like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway. To the left of that, as you come in the entry doorway, is an access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Got a little variety there, handful of 15s, a 30 and a 40. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Your furnace heat release, your Furion fridge here, controls for that in here. You have individual lighting here above your sink, a self-explanatory microwave. Shut this off so you can hear me. Self-explanatory microwave. Below that, you have a fan and a light. On your cooktop, this glass top makes an excellent backsplash. Turn on your panel light, turn this to light, hit your spark, and when your gas is on, you'll get flame there. Come back to your doorway. On the upper right is your control panel. So here's where you check your brand new battery. Your fresh tank, that's where you can tell when your potable water is full. Your black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water heater if you're hooked to electric. Water heater hooked to gas, make sure you choose correctly. Your water pump if you're using potable water. Here's your awning light. Here's your living room lighting. Below that your slide. We'll run that back in when we're done here. And your awning, I want to show you on your awning. The bottom is white, the top is gray. Only run that awning out until that white flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see your brown bar. That will extend itself past there if you hold on the button and roll itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it as you're running it out and only run it out as far as it needs to be. Run that back in here for you. I'll point out in the ceiling there is your smoke alarm. And with our awning back in, we'll continue our tour. Just coming into the living room here, show you quickly how to release that TV. Pull back on that, and that'll give you the back of your TV and all this storage area. You can strap down DVD players or whatever you need in here. Keep that cable up there when you tuck that back in there. That'll snap in. Your remote for that will be here. You turn that on. Paperwork in one of these drawers here. There it is, your paperwork for your TV. So there's your TV working. You can go to menu, which you need there, and TV. Exit that. I want to show you over in your bedding area how the individual lighting to turn on and off. Pop-up power port here. Press down on that, pull it up, and you got 110s and USB ports. These little devices here will sit right in here. Give it a push, that'll snap into your tray here. I'll give you this eating area, or back behind your sofa, which jackknifes down into the bed, is another table that you can bring up front here. Leave that down for extra sleeping area. So lift up on the front and grab the back. That'll set this up right for you. This will fold down in cup holders. This is where it's pre-wired for solar. Leave this sticker on here if it tells the text where it's pre-wired, so if you ever decide to get this thing completely wired for solar, this is the place for it. Over here in the wall is your furnace. Turn that on, there's always a hard click. That's running. Now you notice when I shut the furnace off, it takes a few minutes for the fan to cycle through for the furnace to shut off. Again, your smoke alarm, your AC. Crank that baby up, jump here. Holder. Several settings on that, or you can have just the fan. You have a hand crank open power fan here. Just touch that. That'll turn your fan on. Shut that off. Set this back up on your bed here. Underneath your bed, you have these storage containers. They actually snap in for travel. For safety, keep them from bouncing all over the place. Lastly, coming back over here on this wall, down on the floor is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention this 12-volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you are going to be dry docking or dry camping somewhere, nothing plugged in, charge your battery. Use your battery, disconnect your positive battery post while you're gone to keep this from running your battery down. Coming into your bathroom here, I want to mention you got a hand crank open Oh, this fan will turn on down here. Fan, lighting, and 110 with GFCI reset. See the furnace sound just shut off. So that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite. What I like to do is shut off my living room lights, and then I can look and see if I've left any individual lighting on. Put your remote in your drawer. All the lighting's off. Doors and drawers. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slide from coming in. Turn your living room lights back on. Hit retract. This goes really fast because it's a short little slide. Okay to hear that noise at the end for a second. That's just the slide mechanism telling itself not to go in any further. Shut that off and exit the unit. Now for these steps, you want to make sure this exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise this could catch on it when they come in. Shake some water off. Lock that in. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn your handle. At this point, bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. Unhook our power, our water, and our cable. If we are out dry docking, again, white low point drain. If we're at a campsite, the other low point drains. Last water to drain, come to your hot water heater. After you make sure those drains have been opened, lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump the remainder of your hot water out of there. Then you can pull your drain plug. Make sure you push this handle back down, otherwise your door won't close. Hook up your hitch and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Come all the way to the rear of the unit on your off camp side. It's going to be your dump. 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up. Pull our black handle. That's the one to the right. After it sounds like that's no longer draining, or you go to the inside and push the buttons for your black tanks, it looks like it's empty. Go ahead and leave that handle open, and with the hose at the dump station, again with your water pressure regulator, hook up the hose and run that for a good 5 minutes. Wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Shut that off. Come down here, close your black handle, then pull your gray handle. That's going to be cleaner water. It's your sinks and your showers. That'll clean your sewage hose out for you. And you can conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right in there. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Jayfeather for many years to come. Happy camping.